Alright guys, welcome back to my road trip through northeastern Lithuania. I'm continuing to drive towards the Ignalina nuclear power plant, or the decommissioned power plant. Just wanted to film a little bit more as we go, because the countryside's changed a little. The forest, still a lot of forest around, but not a lot of nice open green farmland and agricultural land here, which looks really stunning. So I stopped off, I got another coffee at another service station in a little town. But look at this, I mean, just look at the greenery. So nice. So I'm just doing this handheld at the moment. I'm just taking a little bit rather than trying to set the GoPro up. But yeah, really nice countryside, so green. But again, the continuation of what I was saying about Vilnius. You know, Vilnius was very quiet, and like I said, a sort of an eerie quietness, somewhere you might go to retire. And it sort of continues out here. It's just, there's no cars. I mean, it is Sunday, and obviously a very religious day. Everyone's at church Sunday morning. It's what, 9:30 now. I've been driving for an hour and a half or something. I'm about 100 kilometers outside Vilnius now. There's a big sign saying Ignalinos, so you can see that. Because there is actually a town. There is a town of Ignalina, which was made before the nuclear site went up, but it's still a fair distance from the plant. It's about 40 kilometers from the plant, I think. And the town that was built to support the nuclear site is called Visiginas. So that's where I'll be going. That's where the HBO miniseries was filmed. So interesting architecture here. I don't know. I've been trying to put my finger on what the houses look like and what they remind me of. They're sort of slightly, they look part German, part Dutch almost. It's sort of got that, you know, there's a few windmills around and things. And look, I could be wrong, but just listening on the radio while I'm driving to people speaking pure Lithuanian, and I can obviously hear it. So look at these houses here. I mean, that's farm and they're barns and things, but wow, beautiful. Look at that beautiful wooden buildings, and see the houses. The design is like I said, they combination of almost a sort of Dutch house with a German house. I don't know how to describe it, but yeah. So 10 k's to go to Ignalina, and then about another 30 to the nuclear plant, which I'm really looking forward to seeing, because again, it's decommissioned, so you can get up close to it. It's not really a restricted area anymore, because they do take tours through there. So I know there's no problem with tourists going there. I can imagine, you know, years ago it would have been a highly restricted area, and probably not even allowed down the road, the turn off, or the road that gets there. But so anyway, yeah, still beautiful countryside. I mean, you can just see it. It's just green plains, rolling plains, farmland mixed with forest. Very quiet though, like I said. You can see there's hardly any cars on the road. Roads have been good. They're little up and down. There's no major holes in them, which is always a plus. So you're not dodging potholes and things at speed, which is really good. So far I've had no issues with the roads. Like I said, just trying to put my finger on the style of architecture. But just getting back to what I was saying about listening to the radio and speaking Lithuanian, yeah, for me anyway, living in Romania and listening to Romanian and other languages from other places I've been to, listening to Lithuanian purely on the radio with no interruptions, to me it sounds like it's got those a little bit of, it sounds Dutch almost, you know, the way the words sound and are formed and roll off the tongue. It's almost like Dutch mixed with a bit of Russian. I don't know, it's an interesting language to listen to. So alright, I just thought I'd film a little bit more as I get closer to the power plant. And look at that, I just love the yellow this time of year. Same in Romania, we have fields and fields and fields of the sunflowers. And so alright, I'll sign off again now as I get closer, because I need to change the battery soon, because I think this is going to die shortly. It's probably the most cars I've seen all morning. There's 3 up ahead now. There's one in front of me, this red car that's been there for about the last 10 kilometers. But bus stop in the middle of nowhere, somebody waiting. Okay, look at this house up here, just on the right, for example. Look at that. What type of architecture would you say that is? I mean, it's obviously, people will say, well, it's Lithuanian. Well, yeah, but what's it influenced by? I mean, is that just a contemporary imported European design? Is it a, you know, this more traditional sort of looking stuff over here? Yeah, interesting. Whoa, this car's just braked all of a sudden in the middle of nowhere for apparent. Oh no, he's got that car that pulled out in front. Didn't even see that car, must have pulled out in front of him. But yeah, that's the more traditional stuff. I mean, look at those wooden huts, the wooden houses there. I'm assuming that's more authentic traditional style. I'll just keep this going just a little bit more until we get into this next set of houses up here, and we can do a bit of a comparison. But yeah, love the forest, and it's actually it's a nice drive, because the road is not just straight and with open plains on either side and boring scenery. It's actually a really nice drive. As you can see, the road's undulating, it goes up, it goes down, goes in and out of forest. So yeah, I've enjoyed it so far. And it's a beautiful day, absolutely gorgeous day. You can just see it, stunning. Blue sky, sun's out. What's the temperature? 13 degrees, so it's cool. It's cool today. Yeah, nice countryside. So yeah, have a look at this mix over here, the houses again. So I mean, look at these. Don't tell me they don't have a slight Germanic looking influence to them. Or like I said, something from Holland, you know, it's almost like a mix. They've just got that shape. Well, people might say to me, well, you know, that's just our style and that's the way they've always been. And look, I'd understand that too. That's fair enough. So I can't be that far away from Ignalina now, the town of Ignalina. Should only be a couple of kilometers up the road actually, I think. And Google Maps says I'm only 40 minutes away from the power plant, so interesting totem there. And there we go, Ignalina. So we are in the township now. So I better stick to the speed limit, because I tell you what, coming from Romania, where the police have mobile radars, and you know they're far and few and far between. You don't see them out all the time. They are out every day, but there's not a hell of a lot of them, and certainly not when you get out in the country. You don't really see them. But here in Lithuania, there's radar cameras everywhere on poles on the road with signs saying, you know, radar ahead and radar for the next 4 kilometers. So yeah, you've actually really got to watch your speed. All right, I'll turn this off in a sec. One, because the battery's going to run out. About 14% to go.
In 500 meters, turn right.
But that's the other reason I was going to say I'll put it down in a sec, because I actually have to. I think Ignalina is probably a fairly large sort of town. So I'm actually going to concentrate on where I need to go in a sec. It's very nice of that car in front not to see the speed bump on the pedestrian crossing.
Turn right.
He went over it at full speed, so I saw him bounce up and down, so that was handy for me. But yeah, look at this beautiful little village here. Look at this. Yeah. So these are more what I would expect. These houses here, see, with the wood and things, this sort of design, this looks far more, how would I say, traditional. Wow, and I tell you what, as much as these raised pedestrian crossings, when there's a lot of them, they can be a pain. I'll just put this camera down for a sec. Oh no, it's an ambulance. I thought it was the police, so I don't know what their rules are here with holding a GoPro, whether it's like using a phone. But what I will say is all these raised speed bumps, as much as they can be a pain when there's a lot of them, it's really, really nice, in fact, because it forces you to slow down, and it highlights the pedestrian crossing. Wow, this is actually a really nice little town. It's just feels cozy, it's clean, it's quiet. Yeah. So the thing with the pedestrian crossings back in Bucharest, and like I was saying to Juana last night, I missed Bucharest for the last couple of nights, because I'm so used to the hustle and bustle, the noises of the city and the heartbeat of the city, the pulse it has. I mean, Bucharest is, I love it. Like I said, some people, you know, you love it or you hate it. I love it because it's got a character, it's got a soul, and it's alive. And you know, the noises for me in the city, I'm used to them, and it's actually sort of soothing to me in a way, because it feels alive. Vilnius was dead. The last 2 nights, I know it's a weekend, but the last 2 nights, just dead. So quiet. Actually, I'm going to pop down here, just an ad hoc, and have a look. Just want to come down and have a quick look at this area down here and park. Take a break, maybe have a quick break and have a look, because there's a bit of a river down here, which actually looks really nice.
In 150 meters, turn left.
So I'm just going to pull up here for a sec. Just going to pull up here for a sec and then go down and have a little bit of a look at the lake down here. So guys, just found this little forest stop. So that's the main road back up here. I was just coming along and I just saw it.
50 meters, turn right.
Glimpsed the lake down here and thought, oh wow, just going to pull in and have a look, because it looks like a beautiful little picnic spot for summer. Like I said, it's cool today. It's 13 degrees. I've actually got I actually don't have a jacket on, and I'm feeling a little bit chilly. I don't think I'd go and use that toilet. It's definitely seen better days, and but wow, look at this. Look at all the pine cones on the ground. Beautiful pine trees. Nice wooden tables up here to sit on under the pines. Oh, look at this. Beautiful, stunning. People have been here. Imagine just sitting here on a nice cool night, you know, making a fire, having a couple of beers, getting a barbecue going, sitting here on the lake. Some guy fishing down here with a little kid. Cool, this is like a seesaw. Like a, wow, but really, really nice down here. Some dude relaxing, kid playing in the sand, guy fishing. Really, really nice. Okay guys, just continuing along, handheld. So a little bit further down the track now. I'm now about 20 kilometers away from the nuclear power plant. So just coming into another small town. So all I can say again is, like I've been saying, beautiful countryside. There's a railway coming past here. Beautiful countryside. Still very, very quiet. Still very clean. So that theme of being quiet and empty and just looking like no one's around continues. It's like everywhere you go, there's no one around. There's nobody walking. There's no people on their balconies outside their houses. There's gardens. There's no one in the gardens. It's just really strange. I mean, look at that. It's beautiful houses. There's obviously people who live here, but just nobody around, and just the odd, you know, a couple of cars here and there. So, but yeah, I've got to turn right up here in a couple of kilometers, so that's why I thought I'd start filming again, because I'd be assuming that turning right up here at the next right will be the turn off to the power plant. Probably the road that maybe in the past would probably have been a restricted road, and not sure. I'm just surmising or guessing. There's an old Soviet era factory. So like Romania had communist rule, but it was never actually part of the USSR, whereas it was different with Lithuania. Lithuania was a communist country, and it was part of the USSR. It was part of the Soviet Union. So, you know, all these, in the outback areas, all these smaller areas, you would have had a lot of people, you know, you would have had all the factories. And wow, look at this lake out here, man, beautiful. I found another one earlier on which I took some pictures of, but yeah, look at this, really, really nice. Little jetty there, you can jump off, dive off, swim off. Imagine again in a few weeks in summer this will be absolutely packed. It's still very cool. Like I said, it's still only 13 degrees. What is it? Yep, 13 degrees at the moment. So yeah, I don't know if this right turn coming up here is, like I say, onto a road that was meant purely to go to the plant, or not sure. We'll soon find out, because the turn off is not that much further up the road up here.
In 600 meters, turn right.
There we go. So getting told to turn right. coming up shortly. There you go, Visiginas. So Visiginas is the town that was built to support the nuclear plant.
Turn right.
So I'm assuming that this road here would have been built to support the plant. And like I said, okay, so we're on the road directly to the township of Visiginas. And the nuclear power plant, or it's called Ignalina, even though Ignalina township was about 20-30 kilometers back. Alright, so this is definitely a secondary road. So the other road was the main road continuing, so this is now a secondary road that was built obviously, very obviously, to come to the site of the plant, and the township that was Visiginas, that was built for the workers that were working at the nuclear plant. So this is the bit that for me is interesting, because I obviously wanted to come and see the plant, and then go to the township where the HBO miniseries Chernobyl was filmed. And I'm curious to see what types of signage we find along this road. Like, obviously in the old days, like I said, I think it would have been restricted at some point, if not past the turnoff. I'm sure at some point up here there would have been a checkpoint or something to screen people coming toward the plant. But I don't know. Just going on that it was old, part of the Soviet Union, and obviously I would have thought that something like a nuclear plant, you know, in any time, even today, nuclear plants are fairly well guarded and protected, and but especially here in that period, you would have thought they would be highly protected and, you know, just not allowed around there for any random reason. But nice area around here, lots of little lakes and ponds and things. So anyway, I'm going to turn the camera off, and then I'm going to mount it back on the dashboard in a sec, because I want to capture leading up to getting toward the plant and Visiginas. And also because this road is like I said, it's a lot more secondary than the other road. It's got a few more ups and downs and bumps.